But let's get started here. I'm going to keep it open like this. It's a little easier. So first, we're going to go through some of the functionalities of Zoom. Some of the functionalities maybe you have or have not discovered yet in your brief introduction to Zoom. I heard you guys did some audio recording stuff previously. And then we're going to kind of do a class simulation as if I was a language instructor or an instructor and you guys are the students. So here in the screenshot, you can see along the bottom are some of the functionalities: microphone on and off, web camera, participant window. Polling, you guys don't have polling, but I do because I am the, oh, I could hear someone's microphone there. And this is, let me,
trying.
there we go. Sorry, here, I need to get my participants. And that's kind of one of the first lessons here. We heard one of the students' microphones on. Me as the teacher, me as the host, I have control over that. I can mute the students. And that's one of the big lessons of being an instructor online. You have to be in control. You have to know just enough of the technology to control the students. When someone's talking out of turn, someone can't control their microphone, I have to go in there and I can turn on or off people's microphones, turn on or off their web cameras. I can stop them from distracting everybody else. The instructor has to know just enough to be in control. Similar to the face-to-face classroom in some ways. And that's one of the things I like to think about is how can I mimic these face-to-face classrooms in an online environment. One thing is having control of your environment. And I'm going to talk about other ways that we can make it more interactive, more face-to-face like in this online environment. So we have the share screen button, which I'm using right now. You can see my PowerPoint. The chat window. Chat window is, of course, a very popular function for communication in Zoom. From my experience teaching and participating, people like to chat more than they like to turn their microphones on. Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Well, not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes some very interesting discussions can go on related to the topic on a little sidebar going on. Sometimes it can be easier for the presenter to just keep presenting and then look at the chat later. But sometimes you want people to speak, especially in a language class. So I'm going to show you some ways to get people speaking or chatting. And it's all about controlling your environment. Let's see. We have the record button, a fantastic feature if you want to record your classes and then post it for students who could not make it to class, students who are sick, or even for the next semester, you can have students watch the class instead of teaching it again, and then you can kind of do more kind of homework practice or different things instead of just keep repeating. You can record it and have that as a great resource. And then there's breakout rooms. Breakout rooms is great, especially in language classes. Many times you're put in pairs or small groups to do speaking assignments, speaking practice, writing practice. Breakout rooms allow you to do that. You can put the students in pairs and small groups. You can give them a set time limit to do some activity, and then everybody will come back to the main room. And I'll show you a little bit more how that works. Let's see here. Are there any questions? Feel free to write in the chat box. Where is my chat box? Oh, there it is. When you're sharing your screen, sometimes the layout looks a little different. You'll see on my screen, I have to hover to the top here, where you guys have everything towards the bottom. So that's a little different when presenting. I see people are saying hello. That's great. How do I share my screen on the Zoom? Here, I'm going to stop screen share. If you can look up here, since I'm the host, just right here in the middle, bottom, I have the share button, and up will pop different options. Someone is sharing their screen, which wasn't me. So if that person can stop doing that. Student 201, how How do I get out of it? Here we go. So yeah, here's one important thing. If you want to share your computer audio, like if you're sharing audio or video, you click this box right here, share computer sound, and that will allow all the computers to hear the video that you're playing from your home computer. Okay, let's keep going here. I didn't see. Did that answer your question, Matt B? Okay, fantastic. It's a little, you have a few more features when you're the host. And if you guys want to check out some of those features as a host, you could log into your own Zoom accounts and kind of check it out. Or you can just watch me up here. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, we kind of went through the screen sharing. All right, poll number 1. Let's see, how do I get to my polls here? Poll. This is a great feature. You have to kind of pre-plan this stuff, but polling, a great way to get people interacting very easily. I'm going to launch the poll, and you'll see a poll appear on your screen. Did a poll not appear on yours? No, that's weird. Maybe it's behind it. Did everybody get a poll?
I did.
Let me see here. Oh. Well, that's weird. I don't have an answer at the moment. All right, so we have our poll. Have you attended or taught an online class? I'm going to end the polling, and now I'm going to share results, and that should appear on your screen. It doesn't appear on yours. So 73% have attended or taught an online class, where 27% haven't. That's pretty amazing. Just a few years ago, that would have been more like 50-50, and then a few years before that, it would have been even less. So we're at about 75%. Fantastic. So as you can see, this polling feature, a really great way to get some people interacting quickly. And then we're going to have some follow-up questions about this. So it doesn't just end here. You know, this is to get the conversation started, get people on topic. I'm going to stop sharing results. I'm talking through what I'm doing so you guys kind of know what buttons I'm pushing in case you're interested. And I'm going to close it. And now over to the chat. So chat is not only for chatting. You could also do private chats. You could see in the two, next to the 2, you can change it from everyone to a specific person. And then in the chat, you can also add hyperlinks like this. You can see if you add the HTTPS // it becomes a hyperlink. So this is a great way to share resources, share web pages, share YouTube videos that you want everybody to be looking at. Let's see here. So let's continue with our conversation. For those of you who have attended or taught an online class or workshop, can you please write down the name of the course or workshop? There's no private group chats. You can chat privately to an individual. And there is a way that I can monitor that. I don't have that set up right now. So in case there's things going on in the background. But you can chat privately, which is very useful. So let's see, Health 101, LTD. Oh, learning and design, yeah. Research methods. Intro to journalism. Cheryl's taken 2. Math, software workshop, anthropology, nutrition. Wow, there's a lot now. Nutrition, wide range of classes. Student 204-27. Thank you. International political science. Okay, great. So if you'll notice, the technique I use to get you guys chatting is to just ask you guys to chat. If you're an instructor and you want the students to do something, you just ask them in the chat box, write this. Or if I want you to speak, I'm going to ask people to turn on their microphones, similar to a face-to-face environment. Oh, somebody actually took a language class online. Fantastic. Let's keep going here. So microphone and web camera. For me, web camera is optional. I don't, have much opinion if you're looking at me and my face, my mouth is moving, and if that adds something, it might add a little. Some people say no. Maybe for a language class, it might be interesting for facial expressions and things like that. But I always say it's whatever you're comfortable with. But now the microphone, that's important. I like to ask participants or students to keep the microphones off. For one thing, the best audio quality. One person speaking at a time, it's a lot easier. Sure, we could all have our microphones on at the same time, but it becomes chaotic. There becomes background noise. There's dogs barking. There's kids crying. There's doors slamming. It is a lot easier. And the way I like to think of it is using it like a walkie-talkie. If you're going to speak, you turn it on, and when you're done speaking, you turn it off. And the audio quality is much better. There's less problems keeping it that way. So let's see here. We're going to do continue with our conversation about online class. Let's see. Nick, can you please turn on your microphone and tell us, how was Japanese 432 in your opinion? Was it fun, interesting, engaging online, or was it boring or just okay? Please turn on your mic.
I'm taking it right now. It's very stressful.
Oh, stressful in what way?
It's a Japanese business class, which
Oh.
is very. I've never been good at statistics and business type material, and it's a language class. Particularly doubt this kind of stuff. So,
do you feel like it would be better face to face if you had some more interaction, or is it more just the content that's challenging?
It would be. Yeah, I find it good either way. It's just like I thought the teacher has these open Zoom meetings where students can ask questions at a time, and for me, since Japanese is very small population at SDSU, I find it very comfortable, mainly because it's so small. It's easier to meet with teacher and just to ask questions and talk about the material and stuff like that.
Sure, I hear you. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, Nick. And you bring up a few excuse me, issues about having that face-to-face relationship, easier to go and sit and talk to somebody. Sometimes when you're online at a distance, even if it is one-to-one, you might not know exactly what to say. You're kind of under the pressure. You're in this online environment where you could feel more natural in a live environment to ask questions, to maybe get some feedback in other ways than just kind of this verbal way. So yeah, instructors are still playing with ways in which to get the information out there and make students feel comfortable. Let's call on somebody else. And let's see. How about Krista? You took Oceans 200. Can you tell us about your experience with this online class? Turn on your mic, please.
Okay, I actually took it probably 2 years ago, and it was hands down the most boring class I'd ever taken in my life because they just post all of the stuff on there. It did have the lectures he recorded. He had pre-recorded and posted onto the Blackboard, and he'd post them every week, and we were supposed to watch them and make commentary. But it was very not interactive. It was just really boring and repetitive. Every week was the same, and just, I made a good grade. It was a really easy class, but it was not interactive at all.
I hear you. Well, thank you. And that's about 50% of the time, that is the experience I hear. Unfortunately, that's the experience I hear. but that's why, you know, you guys will be the new generation of instructors. I'm teaching you some techniques today, how to make things more interactive. It sounds like that was more watching recordings, which is, excuse me, even more challenging to make it interactive. But I'm sure that instructor could have done a bit of a better job in connecting to the students, making it more interactive class. So you learned from that, from you know, analyzing your experience. You can look back on that, and then if you have, you know, when it's your turn to teach online, you can think back on those types of boring, excruciating, painful classes that are online and think, how can I make them more interactive for the students? How can I engage them in different ways? I see Curtis raised his hand. Curtis, do you have something to add?
I just wanted to see what happens if you press raise hand.
There you go.
That's
I
what happens.
I saw it on my screen, and then I can ask Curtis to turn on his microphone. So fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to call on one more person. I want to get one more kind of opinion. How about from Sarah, Intro to Journalism? How was that online class, Sarah?
Oh gosh, I took it years and years ago, and
Okay.
it was fine. It was pretty boring. Most of the time, I just kind of forgot that it existed. Like I would forget that I was enrolled in that class, and so I usually didn't turn homework in on time. Yeah, it wasn't the most inspired experience ever.
I hear you. I hear you. And probably a few years ago, maybe the technology maybe wasn't, you know, or the instructor wasn't familiar with the technology. It's hard to say. And you bring up another point. Having these online classes puts a lot of responsibility on the instructor, on the students, to keep, you know, a routine, you know, getting online every day at this certain time. There's a lot more responsibility for the students, which is a good thing. But also it's, you know, when you have face-to-face, students have to actually get up out of bed to campus and into the classroom to be present. Online, and especially if it's asynchronous, if you're just watching recordings, there's nobody on your back, so it's a little bit more challenging. That's why it's so important to make it as engaging and interesting so students want to come and they don't find it this excruciating, painful, boring thing that you just forget about. Would anybody like to add their own experience before we move on? I see there's been some chat messages going on, but I haven't been able to keep up, so. I see you answered, how do you raise your hand? So great, this is fantastic. I didn't even have to answer. The crowdsourcing answered some of these questions for me. So we can continue. We're all good? Okay. Let's keep moving here. Okay, another great interactive tool is this annotation tool. So if you kind of hover over the top and you click annotate, you'll see a toolbar appear. Now, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to go ahead and just graffiti up the screen. Just go ahead, go wild. Just click on any of the tools here and just go for it. All right, come on. I've seen better graffiti than this before. There we go. You need to click on the join computer, join the green button. Yeah, there you go. And then hover to the top or view options maybe. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, there's some good stuff here, guys. All right, 10 more seconds. Oh, we still have a few people. What do we click? What do we click on? Help. You go to the top and go to view options, and then there's an annotation, and then you'll see a toolbar appear. Let me know if you find it, Joey. And student 204-28. Found it. Bam. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. I am going to clear all drawings. Okay, you can stop now. Thank you, everybody. I know it's super fun. You can stop now. I gave you guys 30 seconds to go for it, and that's all. But let's try something more useful. Let's try and select the text button there. And here we're going to try a little mock up a little activity here. Describe these two online students. Describe their experiences, their attitudes, what they're doing. Use the text tool, not the draw tool, not the other tools, just the text one. All right. Eager beaver, engaged, typing, dedicated, focus, good. On the right, exhaustion, disengaged, bored. He's thinking really hard, maybe, could be. Lazy, tired, let him rest. All right, fantastic. Thanks, guys. Nerd needs to chill. Oh, man. No comment there for you guys. All right, thank you. So this was kind of just an activity to show you guys how we can use this as another engagement tool, this annotation, though it is fun to draw and all that. But in reality, it's more for this type of activity where we can write on the screen together, we can brainstorm, we can compare, contrast, we can do all these things. And it works really well until people start writing bad things like that. I won't comment. I won't say out loud. All right, I need to clear this. Because I am the host, I am the teacher, I'm in control, I can clear everything, which is awesome. Don't do that again, whoever keeps drawing blue circles. I will come find you. All right. Breakout room now. Breakout room, like I told you, allows you to get in small groups, in pairs, and we're gonna do that in just a second. Okay, I see some questions. Does it say who wrote everything? Unfortunately, no, Mr. Matt B. I don't know who did what, so I can't really come and find you. In the previous web conferencing system we had, I was able to control the annotation more. In this, in Zoom, I can't. All I can do is ask nicely to please stop drawing. So that's one of the kind of minor downfalls for Zoom is I can't really control the annotation tools. Am I going slow? Am I behind? Give it a second. How about now? All right, we're back. Just take a pause if I'm slowing down. Just take a pause and let the internet catch up to me. Can I turn off the annotation tool? No. I don't think there's a way for me to control that, unfortunately. I wish I did have all control over everything, but no. That's why I don't introduce it until it's absolutely necessary. And then I let you guys draw for 30 seconds to get it out of your system. And then hopefully we can move on. All right, so let's continue on. We're gonna do a little activity here, and this is using the breakout rooms. So I'm gonna split you up into, let's see, how many people are here? About 20 something? I'll do
It's about 30, I think.
30? Okay. I'm gonna do 6 rooms. It's gonna randomly distribute you guys into 6 separate rooms, virtual rooms that is. And once you get there, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to find one thing you all have in common. And that could be anything from riding those Lime scooters to eating pizza. It doesn't matter. It's just an activity. You can turn on your mics. You can turn on your chats. I'm going to be cruising around, and you're going to have 3 minutes to do this. So let me turn this off. Let me come up here. Go to breakout rooms. I am going to select 6 rooms. I am going to automatically distribute you guys. And then you'll have 3 minutes. Just find one thing. And remember which room you are. Just one thing you all have in common. You have 3 minutes. Ready, go.
Hello, who is in my room?
I'm in your room. This is Evan.
Oh, I don't know if it happened.
didn't
Yeah, I
happen?
don't think it happened.
Really?
Yeah.
My room.
Oh. It didn't happen?
I don't know. I'm looking at the same.
Looks like everyone's still in the same room because I can still see everyone's screens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
This looks a little frozen. What's going on? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. The internet connection is unstable. Come on, internet.
Seems like we had a problem there. I'm going to try that again. We're back in the main session. Not sure what happened there. Oh, the internet. We're going to crash the internet. Let's try one more time. If not, no big deal. You get the idea. But let's try it one more time. Oh, yeah. My internet is unstable, it says. Well, I guess if we were all in different homes, this would work better. We would be on different internet ports.
Can you set it to where it's like automatically ends after a certain amount of time for the breakout rooms?
I believe so. There are more options. And Jeremy also mentioned, who's Jeremy? Are you Jeremy? No, who's Jeremy? Jeremy also Googled, there is a way to disable attendee annotations in the view options. So I could do that too. So there is a way to disable that. Thank you, Jeremy. So I think we're going to kind of skip that. We were having some internet lagging problems, but you get the idea. I could split you up into groups. You could do some activity. You come back and we discuss. Make sense? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm lagging. Let's give it a minute to catch up. All right. Let's put it all together here. Let's end this session on a high note, hopefully without any internet problems. Shouldn't be happening, but oh well. Here we go. Just want to show you what it would be like as if you were students. I'm an instructor for a language class or a culture class or some class like that, how you could use Zoom, how you could use all these different features. So I'm going to show you a video just to so you could see what it looks like. I'm going to get out of sharing. Let's go to, I'm going to share my computer sound. Come here.
You need great marketing videos to grow your business. With promo,
Well, I could stop it. Oh, that's funny. Unfortunately, we have to watch an advertisement, but let's continue.
you can create commercial level videos.
Hola, soy Beatriz y me encuentro en la Plaza Mayor de Lima. Esta vez vamos a preguntarle a las personas cuál ha sido el logro más importante de sus vidas hasta el momento.
So if I was a language teacher, I could stop right here and ask you, what did you guys hear? What did you guys not understand? Where is she? Who is she? Things like that. It gives me great control over these videos. So it's really, really nice. So you guys should all be hearing the audio very clearly. I can pause it and we can discuss. But we're not going to do that. Just showing you an example. I'm going to go back to Zoom now. I'm going to stop this. Let's see. All right, now we're going to do the best activity. All right, trivia time. All right, trivia. So how to answer the question is you got to use the chat box. That's how we're going to do this today. Let me get my chat box open. Chat box is open. Let me get my manage participants. So the winner of the trivia doesn't win anything, but that's it. We just have a good time. So let's see here. How about, let's go with Scott. If you could turn on your microphone and tell me what color box you would like me to uncover. When I uncover that box, type in the chat box the name of that famous vacation destination. So Scott, turn on your microphone. Scott? Is there a Scott here? Is there no Scott? Okay, let's move on. Oh, there's so many people. Sylvia. How about Sylvia? Turn on your microphone and tell me what color box I should uncover. Turn on your microphone. I think you have to unmute yourself. Oh, she did? Okay, you're probably not configured right then. Oh, I heard somebody. Try that again. Okay, let's move on. How about Jessica? Give me a color. Turn on your microphone first.
I did.
There we go, I can hear you.
Okay. Blue?
Blue, here we go. Oh. Matt B. Matt, congratulations.
I say Matt B cheated.
Matt B, did you cheat?
He answered before it was uncovered.
How did he know that? How did he know that? He just guessed. It's a famous place. Matt, turn on your microphone and give me another color here. Let's turn on your microphone first. I didn't get you through the microphone.
Not working?
There we go. I can hear you now.
Okay, let's do red.
Red, here we go. 5, 4, 3. Oh. Matt B. Is that who won the last one? Wow. Matt. Unbelievable. Okay, Matt, give us another color. Another color, Matt.
Hear me?
Yes.
Let's do gray.
I'm gonna see if. All right, here we go. Go. See, there's no cheating. I see. Oh my gosh, Matt B, you have a talent. How is that possible? You have a real talent there, Matt.
I told you It's not.
I just type fast, I guess.
Very impressive. Well, hey guys, come on, step up your game. What's going on? Okay, Matt, give me another color.
Let's go green.
Green. Did you see this before? Were you in my last semester's class?
No.
Hey, Matt, look over here. Oh.
The distraction.
Student 204-08, congratulations, whoever that is. Who is that? Turn on your mic and pick another color.
Yellow.
Here we go. Oh. All right, let's see. Joey did not get it correct, but Jessica did. All right, Jessica. All right, last one. Here we go. All right, here we go. Last one for all the marbles. All right, I think I saw. I am the best. I am the best is the best. Who's I am the best? All right, you are the best. Congratulations, everybody. Great game. Matt's the big winner, but everybody gets a participation trophy. Okay, this was just an example of a game. So you can play games using Zoom. You can do games, you can do activities, you can do matching, you can do pair work. You can do many, many things that you would do in a face-to-face class, and you could do it online. You just got to be creative. You got to adjust, you know, your mindset a little bit, adjust the tools you're using. You can sing songs, you can do karaoke. There's lots of things you can do. So don't limit yourself. If you ever become an online teacher, don't limit yourself. There's a lot of fun things you can do. And this I thought was fun. So in conclusion, if you're nervous, if you're not so sure about this, if this is something you want to do, but you're not quite there yet with the technology, I suggest a good way to get started is online office hours, meeting people under circumstances that aren't high stakes. If you can't make it, or if the internet's not working or things like that, online office hours is a great way to kind of get your feet wet into the pool of online teaching. But it's kind of funny as I think about it. You guys have probably all already done this. You guys are on FaceTime and Skype and all these things. So you guys can jump full in when you become online teachers. Blended, you know, you don't have to only teach using Zoom. There's options where you have a face-to-face class one day and an online class. That's called blended learning, where you have mixed the face-to-face and the online. And then there's the hybrid, where you have a mix of synchronous, which is like what we're doing here, live, and asynchronous, some recorded. So some recorded learning. So like I said, you could record these sessions in Zoom and have students go back and just watch that asynchronously on their own time. And then there can be times when you meet synchronously on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. where you have to be there. So it's very flexible. There's many different options. And we're getting towards the end here. What are some of the benefits and challenges? Let's take out that annotation tool and use the type. What are the benefits and challenges to teaching online in this Zoom environment? Go ahead and open up that annotation tool, use the type. Challenges, internet connection. Absolutely, we face that today. But me as a teacher, I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to have a backup plan. Easily distracted. Sure, students can be easily distracted. The instructors can be easily distracted. Facebook is just one click away, or Instagram, whatever your choice is. Twitter. The TV's right there. YouTube's right there, easily distracted. Computer malfunctions. You need good internet, that is true. And that's also something to consider if you're gonna be like teaching with students in different countries. Different countries have different, internet qualities. Easy to cheat, good point for challenges. Testing is a huge kind of topic in the online teaching world. How do you confirm the person taking the test is who they say they are? There's ways to do that. There's technologies now, but it's something to think about if you do teach online. Let's see. Some of the benefits: you can access class anywhere. That's right. You can be working from anywhere. You can be down at the beach. You can be in your office at home. You can be sick. Things happen. You could reach many students. That's a great comment. For classes that aren't frequently attended, things like indigenous languages, where maybe only 5 people at SDSU would attend. Well, if you open it up to all of the Cal State University system, perhaps you'll get a full class, 30 people, just for example. No need to physically interact. You don't need to be anywhere except in front of your computer. There's even mobile apps for Zoom. So you could be with your iPad or your phone. Of course, it's not as easy to manipulate with chat and all that, but it is possible. You could be on the road. Let's see, flexibility, yes. Yeah, for people who are maybe more shy in face-to-face environments, perhaps, having that distance can make people more confident. It's not a bad thing. Benefits, wasting time, that would be maybe more of a challenge. Blackouts, yeah. There's always a thing, hey, who's doing that? Anyways, we're almost done here, guys. Come on, let's keep it together. So yeah, there's many challenges and there are a lot of benefits. And actually it's kind of the future. It's now, cliche, but if you guys are going to be teachers, you might be teaching online in the future. All right, I'm going to clear this, clear all drawings. Some of the other challenges, time zone. If you're teaching people on the East Coast or in Hawaii or overseas, finding times to meet within daylight hours or within, 9 to 5 is challenging. If you're going to be teaching English to people in Japan, you're going to be up in the middle of the night, for example. But people do that. People do that all the time here. People get up in the middle of the night to get online and teach to people in Saudi Arabia and Japan and China. Technology. It could be challenging for first timers. Luckily, Zoom has become pretty easy for people to log in, for students, for people of the older generation. Zoom is fairly easy to log in. It's not too many steps to log in. But you as a teacher have to be ready to troubleshoot. I kind of have my top 5 things. One of them being if people can't hear or speak, I have my troubleshooting steps or troubleshooting sheet. People can't log in, I have my troubleshooting sheet. There's probably only about 5 things that people have trouble with, and there's usually an answer to it. Minimal body language. Sure, I could have my camera on, but we're not getting the full kind of effect of body language. And then engaging the learner, but this is also a challenge in face-to-face. I'm sure you've had boring face-to-face classes, like there's boring online classes. So the challenge is to engage the learner, use these different techniques to engage, to have students interact with each other, with the material, and with the instructor. Let's see what else. I think we're gonna stop here. We're just about out of time, but I wanna leave the last couple minutes. Are there any questions? Feel free to use the chat or turn on your mic if you have any questions. As you can see, somebody had an answer to the annotation question. I'm not a 100% expert on Zoom, but I spent plenty of time thinking about how to use this in an interactive way. So As an instructor, you just have to be one step ahead. How many students can be online in a video conference? For SDSU, we have a license for 200 attendees. So that's a lot. We have a great benefit here at SDSU to have this, each student, everybody with a SDSU email account has access to their own Zoom account. And so you guys can start using it now to, meet online, to do your, prepare your presentations and whatnot. Can teachers monitor the breakout rooms? Yes, I can. There was an option for me, which it didn't last very long, for me to join the different breakout rooms. I could just press the join, and I could peek my head in. I could turn my mic on. I can use the chat box, and yes, to make sure they are on topic. Good question, Joey. How long does it take to teach this software to the students? Not long. My philosophy is to jump right in, and it's going to take a class, like a full class, maybe 2, for everybody to kind of be up to speed. But really quickly, the entire class, even if it's totally online, people become familiar with each other's names, familiar with how they're supposed to log in, when they're supposed to log in, and what they're being asked to do. And the teacher, if you start doing these things early, like, okay, keep your microphones off until I call on you or until you have a question. Things like that, those rules, people adapt to them really quickly. And within the first 2 or 3 classes, everybody's up to speed. And if people still are not up to speed, then you can help them individually. But I kind of just go right in. There are instructional videos on the Zoom. You can just Google Zoom instructional videos, and they're kind of broken down. So if you are teaching, you can send out those YouTube video links. I would not, to Joey's questions, it would take a while to teach someone to use this before teaching the topic. And that's an interesting question, because this isn't a technology class. I mean, this classes, but like if we were teaching a language, we don't want to spend too much time focused on the technology. This is just a tool for communication. So we want to get beyond that as fast as possible. And so that's why I say just dive right in, but also expect the first 2 or 3 classes to be a little shaky. A few students not able to log in, not able to hear, bad internet connection. But once, after 2 or 3 classes, things usually become the norm. People know each other's names. People know how to log in and all that stuff. Yeah, and Jeremy, you can make your own YouTube tutorials if you have like specific things you want to show people in Zoom. And you have, after the first class, you give it to them and you have them review it. So yeah, that's a great idea. Let's see, Megan. Yeah, thanks, Megan, for confirming what I believe in too. People just figure it out within one session. As an instructor, you just figure that one session, maybe 2 sessions might be a little rocky. Don't freak out. Don't think it's the end of the world and your class is ruined. It's going to take, 1, 2, maybe 3 sessions, depending on your population, for everybody to figure it out. Smartboard. Yeah, it can be used with a smartboard, like the smartboard here. There's a way where I could share the screen, I believe, and do some smartboard things. So that's a good question, but that'd be kind of weird also but I guess it could be useful if you're doing simultaneous live and online. That's another option, is if we also had another call class at NYU attending and they were streaming into this, so I could do things up here and on here, and that becomes a little bit of juggling, but I hope that answers your question, Matt. Oh, there's a lot of questions today. This is great. Yeah, okay, thanks, Curtis. Yes, thanks, Curtis. Payment processing. No, Joey, I believe if you wanted to like charge for your services type of thing, I don't think it has a built-in system, but I could be wrong. Curtis might, find answer before I do. To make money, charge for lessons. Yeah, you might need to use some outside payment system. I haven't seen that option, but I'm not sure. Final thoughts? What about students with bad internet connection? Yeah, that is a challenge. I would record all the sessions and have them available for people who, are out in somewhere and there's a lightning storm and their internet goes out. So best idea is to just record all your sessions and then put it on Blackboard, put it in Moodle, whatever you're using at the time, and make it available. Even for students who are there live and want to review, you can have those available.
Can I add something to this discussion?
What's that, Eniko?
Can I add something to the discussion?
Please.
I think that the payment option, I'm sure it's not available while you are on campus and accessing this on campus. So, I mean, the university has the license and they kind of set the features that are available to us, but there might be other features when you're accessing it outside the university, but then you have to pay for the program itself too. So, unless your school pays for it, but then your school will be setting those parameters, So.
Thank you,
as far as I
Eniko.
know.
Thank you. A couple more questions came through here from Curtis. No, as an SDSU student or staff, I can make Zoom rooms, meeting rooms, and then I will send participants, any participant, just the link to join. So outside people can join for free, but they can't make their own rooms and make their own classrooms and share it. So you with a license can make the rooms and share the links, but people outside that you invite in don't need a license at all.
And it's free to make like a participant membership in Zoom?
Yes.
Or, okay.
All I would do, like I did today, is I put the link on our website. Anybody could actually go to our website right now and join us. So anybody in the world. So yeah, so there's no charge. Up to 200 people. You can have like a concert. What do you do if you're recording a session in a class and there's a big yeah. I would, Matt, good question. I would just kick the person out. It's going to be challenged. You can, if you look up on my screen, I could go to more and I can remove the person, but that person could potentially come back in and keep distracting me. So that's a tough one.
Use Adobe Acrobat to edit your video.
Where was that question? Maybe put. Oh, okay. Oh, for the recording. Yeah. You can go and edit it after. That's doubly annoying. They're being annoying live and recorded. How much does the license cost? For SDSU students, it's free. Beyond that, I can't remember off the top of my head. They have like different levels for like 50, 100, 200 attendees. But that's why we have such a great benefit. 200 is a lot. It's a nice license that we have. I am going to call it quits, so I'm going to shut down now. Thank you so much. You can take your headphones off, come back to SDSU and the LARC lab, and we're all done here. So thank you.